you used to play 5, 10, and 10, 20 when you were younger back in the day, like whatever, when we were first starting poker 10, 12 years ago. Actually, you were playing higher than before I even jumped in the game. And then the 5, 3 to 1,000 game was introduced at the bike. I want to say 2010, 2011, something like that. And now, I don't know how many hours you put in, but you seem pretty content to just kind of play that game.
Totally complacent. Yeah.
So, how did you make that? Is it just a risk-free kind of side money that you look at, or?
It's just kind of stress-free.
Yeah.
Just
money might not necessarily be your number one priority in life.
Yeah. Maybe once I become more motivated, maybe, I don't know, maybe those things will change.
It's iffy.
Yeah, it's just hard for me to say no to
risk-free money, basically.
A soft game.
Raise it up here to 35. Ace-4 diamonds from Nimi. A couple calls in the field. Al and Ron and Wino here with ace-king off. Going to make it 150. Definitely very standard. She sort of chooses a smaller sizing where it goes raise, call, call. I would probably make that probably at least 200, I would say. Or maybe 175 to 200. She makes it 155. And this is just a spot that's, I find that's, I've talked a lot about this on Crush Light Poker the last couple weeks. It's not rocket science here in the fact that, well, here we go. He's going to 5-bet it, or 4-bet all in. But a lot of people, I think, mistakenly call with people left to act behind. Ace-4 diamonds is more of a defend heads up, but he's got two people left out. This is, of course, is different. He's jamming all in as a bluff. But you see a lot of people call with players behind him, and it's a very troublesome spot.
Right, even if it occasionally goes bad.
Yeah.
It makes the play really bad.
Yeah, she's going to call. You can see she's 70-30 here.
And I wonder why Andrew decided to do that. I mean, he has the ace blocker and everything, but Wino has been playing conservatively. She hasn't done anything to let people think that she's been out of line.
Ace-queen would have gotten there. Mimi's got some backdoors here. Backdoor straight, backdoor diamonds. Well, now Kayla with the ace of hearts, I mean, there's the nuts. No, I agree with you because I don't think she's going to be that light in the small blind after it goes raise, call, call with that sizing against two of the loosest players in the field, right, and Al and Ron. So that's probably not a spot that I'm going to choose to 4-bet bluff.
Right. I mean, it'd be different maybe 2 hours into the show once history has been established. And,
little wine has been drunk and, yeah.
The measure is still in.
But what I was going to ask you is, I mean, I know you probably haven't actually played 5-10 in quite a bit, but I've always talked about this, like, especially when you can get the straddle going at 5-5 1K cap, you can easily make the case that you can make the same or more of an hourly in a very good 5-5 game than just an okay 5-10 game, right?
Oh, of course. Yeah. I mean, it's totally player dependent. Just a handful of players can totally change the way the game plays.
Mm-hmm. So a nice hand there by Winopoker. It used to be that game was short, like 6-handed, 5-handed on Fridays, and now it's getting more and more full ring. Even he plays less than 30% hands when it's 9-handed. Yeah, and you look at a guard like Art's like 18-50. So it is very difficult to play 9-handed poker over 30% VPIP and going to be a winning player. I mean, unless the players are god awful, it's gonna, it's tough. There's no antes, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
one of the shows where Garrett won huge, it was 9-handed, and he didn't get out of line that often at all.
Yeah.
And most of the hands he won were, just good, strong hands that anyone else would have played like in a standard fashion. But he was still able to feed off that image that he has.
So Andrew's got the ace-5 of clubs, just calls in the small blind. Wino opened this one up here for a raise and gets called here in 4 spots. And Wino, as the pre-flop raiser, has flopped bottom set, but it looks like there isn't going to be a whole lot that people are going to play. It looks like she checks it. Now, Nimi's got a 5. That's about it. 6-4. No, she didn't check. I thought she checked for a second. She's going to bet 75. Ron's got a gutter to a 3. Nimi has a 5 in the small blind. Derek here with just 2 overs.
I think she's going to get multiple calls here.
You think Nimi's going to call here with ace-5? Got backdoor clubs, backdoor wheel draw. Yeah, he does call. And that's probably going to be enough, I imagine, for Ron to come in.
Oh, get out. Damn it.
So Wino's going to need to dodge a 3 here, but a 5 would be a disaster for Nimi.
3 plays.
So 3-way action here, 375. Oh, and the turn's a 5.
Wow.
Uh-oh, and this could get big. There's the 5. And when it goes bet, call, you got to think someone's got a 9 or a 5 here, right?
Right. And is Ron going to bet?
Oh, is Ron going to screw this one up? No, it looked like he was going to bet. And there's the bet.
300.
And she bets
And now she
large.
bets big. Interesting.
Now, is Nimi ever going to be saved by sort of taking a value own line here? I mean, the board is rainbow. Is he saying, oh, I'm going to let her bluff off, or I'm going to let her value bet her over pairs, and I'm just going to call here, or is he going to raise right away? Because it's awfully strong if he raises here, you know, sort of next to act in the small blind. It looks a lot like he might have a 5. So I could actually see him calling here kind of as a slow play.
It looks really strong after she bets 300
Yeah.
here on the turn into 2 people.
So I could actually see him calling here, making it look like he has a 9 or underrepresenting his hand.
The thing is, if he calls a 300, is he going to lead the river or hope she bets the river?
I think you take a value own line, basically, is what you do.
Definitely changes.
I mean, there's no draws out there.
Without kids. Hey, let's go out on Friday night or whatever. Let's do our fucking thing.
Maybe swingers.
Yeah, whatever. If we wanted to, fuck yeah. But now.
I mean, the way she's played it, it really looks like an overpair.
Sure. Bet out on a
Bet
rack
kind
board.
of, bet like half the pot on the flop, 2 calls, and then you really bet big on the turn. You would never think she has a full house here. He does raise, and now it's probably just going to get in here on the turn.
I mean, again, obviously I can see the cards, but I'm actually not a big fan of that play because I know that Wino is capable of folding an overpair here, and I just think that I would rather have her take a value own line or maybe have her barrel off with a hand. It's just very, very difficult for Nimi to be bluffing in a spot like this. I feel like the way the dynamic's gone into, obviously it's going to work out for her. And it's not like there was any way that he was going to get away from it. I'm just talking about the turn play in general. Now for her, the question is that what do I do? Do I just jam? Do I just call?
I don't think it matters.
Because, like, would I jam with an overpair? She's just going to move all in, and obviously
either way, it's getting in, whether it's on the turn.
So he has some outs here. He could catch a 5 or an ace or a 9. Here we go to the river. 5 or an ace or a 9, and the river's a jack, and she is going to win a big one there from Andrew Nimi. Nothing like raising deuce from up front, flopping bottom set, getting a guy to turn trips on the turn.
That's what you're praying for, right?
Yep.
You want multi-way action and the flop a set as a pre-flop raiser.
I know this guy's in.
I can't do it. Honestly, I wouldn't do it.
1,000.
I think
14.
having a full stomach full of wine and then taking.
So Wino cleaning up again.
1485.
Frowned upon.
1490.
No.
Oh, she is drinking wine.
Yeah, she just said she didn't want a
Oh,
shot.
I see.
She didn't want a shot.
10.
I see. Yeah, that would have been a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
It's 5.
It's 5.
Yeah. You got the 5. I just didn't know if you got the 9
I mean, Nimi could have 3-bet that hand. A lot of people choose that ace-5 as a bluff from the small blind, but I think he's just like, this game's loose. It's good playability. She seemed to be opening sort of tight from up front. That's a pretty optimistic open with deuce and a 9-handed game from up front, but ends up working out for her.
Okay.
So you play a lot of 5-5. What do you do with small pairs from up front? in these
Often
games?
I probably would have raised as well.
Do you ever limp from up front in loose games?
Very, very, very rarely.
And sometimes you'll fold small pairs too from up front?
Very rarely. Usually I'm opening them.
I can't believe you got a massage.
You know
So
what?
it's actually funny you say that. My parents are visiting, and it doesn't matter, except that last night, when they got home from their trip to the zoo, I made them dinner, and we all sat down and watched poker together. And my stepdad was like, is he getting a massage? Is that allowed? You can get a massage at the table? And I was like, yes.
Me yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But he was just like super confused, not having any idea.
Usually
Like,
when I'm like
is that a
losing
thing?
a lot, I'll get a massage.
Good, yeah.
Straddle?
I'm like, yeah, it's actually really nice.
Somebody put it out.
You know, people draw 2 things.
straddle? For you? For you?
Yeah, I'm just very confused. We
I know,
made
someone put, I think, someone put
I think you might have put too much, because I don't think it was me.
Oh, yeah.
They're fucking trolling.
I had a fucking banana on stream
No,
one time.
definitely. Watermelon. You should have seen the bag.
You know, the other problem too with Jack 9 specifically is that
There are things that you should
you don't, I mean,
That's number
if Ron's got a set that he was slow playing, you're very far behind. If for example, Brad had like a set of deuces, he's got, what, 2.5 times the equity against the straight than he does top 2. And Ron might have Jack 9 there if you had a bottom set. So it's just very tough there. That's sort of what my thinking is with Jack 9 in that specific spot. Calling here with 2 red queens out of the small blind.
So now I try not to eat
Going
all.
to make it 100. Wino opening king 3 of diamonds, and this should just go 3-bet. Wow, she's going to make the call.
Not me.
I thought this was a pretty trivial fold here.
Someone gave another, one of my friends
Much
gave
better
me
hands you're going to have opening the cutoff here than an up and down suited hand, but she calls. She flops a 3.
salad.
215,
Check.
Check here.
and Colleen checks. Wino going to check back.
2.
Whoa.
One time. One
There you
time.
go.
Turns a 5, one liner to a 4 now.
Very close.
That was the action card.
It's probably the nuts.
Now Colleen's betting.
80.
It's sort of weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
When you're starting to bet the turn when you don't really ever have a 4 here, but in Wino calls.
She actually
Wow.
gets called by worse.
That's
You would-
unbelievable.
You would
Yeah.
think she would never be able to get called
Yeah,
by
the
worse.
river is an 8.
All the way.
Can I have another one?
Now I wonder if Wino
I know, it's
called
a
to
good time.
sometimes bluff here.
Well, the only issue that I have here is that there's front door hearts and backdoor clubs. If the turn was an offsuit 5, I could more credibly
Yeah.
do this if I'm Wino and then just blast the river, but now that sort of clubs have come in on the back end. Wow, and
Colleen continues. Wow.
she's going to bet 150
My
here.
friend is in the bar.
Brad, fun fact.
And
Yeah.
this
This is
sometimes,
kinda blockish.
this times sometimes asks to be jammed on.
Years ago.
I mean, this is what we're talking about here, where there, Colleen just doesn't have a 4 here, and Wino does.
Shows up. I didn't even know who he was.
But the bet is kind of strange. Wino's thinking about, I mean, you can't really beat any, King 3 is not going to be strong enough to call here in a 3-bet scenario, especially when you block King Queen as like the non-pair.
It's like, yeah.
I hope she doesn't call here.
Yeah, she's going to raise, it looks like.
Yeah, you guys can stay wherever. So he slept on the couch.
Yes.
So we can do-
I don't know if she's made it large enough, though.
But what are you
And like I said, you've got that backdoor club
Yeah.
draw missing. I mean, it's tiny. It's 225 for 900.
I mean,
If she had gone to like 700 or something like that,
To raise one.
Okay, he knows what we're doing.
75.
if she's repping a
If you need
4,
my social security number, I'll give it
would
to
she
you.
have raised that on the turn?
How old does JJ think I am? Very close.
Easily 32.
No, yeah.
Screw you, I'm 30. I'm sorry. What is it, 270?
I think
I think
I think she
she's
probably should have made it 600 or 700.
Yeah. I think with this sizing, she's more representing the ace.
Oh, those plays.
Maybe like an ace king or ace queen.
No, you think she's gonna raise that? Oh, you mean because it was like a block? But
Because I think
no.
if she had the 4, she would raise on the turn, most likely.
And the chip plays.
And the chip.
And it's kind of smallish. It's like an extra value-ish, like trying to get max value from like ace king.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder what Wino thinks calling has.
Yeah, because you wouldn't think that Colleen would. I would never think that Colleen would be betting less than
Yes.
an ace here for value.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It's sort of in between.
I know Garrett's gonna allow it.
Maybe Wino thinks calling has something like ace jack.
And he knows if you're not in the hand, you should be come on a call.
Colleen did check the flop. I mean, it's possible.
This is the hottest pot.
Anyone who's still.
I just wonder what Wino thinks calling has here.
Hot action.
Somebody called for like
I wouldn't think calling
Definitely
has
getting here,
queens.
like 3 minutes later. Yeah, I know. So funny. Like I don't know why they'll keep someone in here like at all times.
Because they don't care about light of the right.
She's
No.
getting 4.5 to 1.
No one cares. Nobody cares.
Like you need a ruling.
Now, if you're calling,
Now maybe, yeah, I mean, maybe you could credibly, like Colleen, like Wino could have a hand like ace 8, aces
Yeah.
up, ace 5,
up.
pocket 8s, and wow, Colleen folds. Colleen folds.
Only so one person.
I mean, give credit to Wino there. She kind of sniffed out the situation.